behind the black door, but to destroy the evil behind it. Alexei was no ordinary man. His knowledge of anomalous phenomena and ancient spells amazed even the most skeptical locals. Alexei spent several days in the village, studying eyewitness accounts and preparing his tools, amulets, ancient manuscripts, and silver shackles that he said could contain entities from other worlds. He warned the residents not to let anyone approach the house that night. "If I'm not back before dawn, leave. The house cannot be saved." With these words, he headed towards the cursed place. The black door opens again. Entering the house, Alexei immediately felt the pressure, as if the air had gotten heavier. The black door now emitted a bright, purple light that pulsed like a heart. The whispering behind the door turned into a low, ominous hum. "You think you can stop me?" came a voice, louder than before. Alexei didn't answer. He placed candles around the door, each made from a mixture of rare herbs and wax. Then he began to recite an incantation from an ancient manuscript. The door shook, and black, smoky shadows began to emerge from behind it. They swirled around Alexei, trying to stop him, but the amulets he wore protected him from their touch. As the spell reached its peak, the black door swung open and an entity appeared before Alexei, a huge shadow with fiery red eyes. It wasn't a man, or even a spirit. It was an ancient being, imprisoned behind the door hundreds of years ago to protect the world from its destructive power. "You are weak, mortal," the creature said. "Do you think you can lock me up again?" Alexei smiled, his voice firm. "I will not lock you up. I will destroy you." He pulled out the silver shackles, which began to glow as he spoke the last words of the spell. The entity shrieked and the entire house began to shake. The light from the shackles surrounded the shadow and it began to shrink, losing its form. When the entity was completely destroyed, the black door disintegrated into dust. Along with it, the house began to crumble. Alexei ran outside, having managed at the last moment. The old building collapsed before his eyes, turning into a pile of charred wood and stones. The villagers watched from afar. When Alexei returned, all he said was, "It's over." Since then, the place where the house stood has been overgrown with forest. Not a single strange sound or whisper was ever heard again. The black door and the entity behind it were gone forever. But in one of the ancient manuscripts Alexei had left behind was a note: "There is no absolute end. They will always find a way back."